I remember it was last summer, I was talking with Julie Simpson, who's my co-leader, and we were just at a friend's house and we were talking about, honestly, just kind of how lonely this season has been, like just being out of high school and not college age, but not in college. And we talked about really just the dream of like having a group of people that were our age that we felt like we could come together with and we could hang out with and we could talk about stuff. And, I think we just quickly realized that other people in our stage of life were really longing for connection in the way that we were.
And, I'd had multiple conversations with Matt on him trying to, make me be a small group leader, lack of a better term. And I told him, no, I'm not ready. And then finally, it just took one dinner at Chili's and a triple dipper, and next thing you know, I'm like, "All right, I'll give it a shot. I'll do what you're asking, and I'll lean in here." And it was the best dinner at Chili's I probably could have had to this point.
I started Revive as a freshman, as a pledge in my Christian fraternity, not knowing anybody. Just got up in front of the chapter and said, "Hey, I've got this dream. I've got this idea. Who wants to be a part of it with me?" And I thought for sure nothing was gonna happen during my time in college. I thought it would be 4 years of planning and nothing would happen. And we would just get the ball rolling. And just slowly over time, momentum started to build and God brought all the right people alongside me into the organization. And now Revive Texas has become the largest student ministry on campus. And every week we're serving anywhere between 500 and 2,100 students.
I feel like I grew up here at Northpoint. My earliest memory being in a small group and having a small group leader was Brittany Lawrence when I was in Upstreet. When I was in middle school and I had a high school small group leader, and I had my adult small group leader, but even just like, I remember looking up to them and being like, this is the type of person that I want to be when I grow up.
That's been one of the biggest blessings in my story here at Northpoint is, and the story of my life is, the people here at Northpoint being so impactful, not only with the things that they said, but just the intentionality that they had in my life.
It was over the course of a few years here at Northpoint and having mentors and people in my life that really started to stir my heart towards following Jesus. Truthfully, I was given leadership at Northpoint way too early, before I was supposed to be in leadership.
Sophomore year, got the opportunity and decided to be a transit small group leader with a guy by the name of Mike. You would hear people all the time, and I would have conversations all the time with people like, hey, I care about you. Hey, I want you to grow. I want you to be a better leader. But sometimes like words only mean so much. But then whenever they would give you the opportunities to do the things that you talked about, that's when I really had realized like, okay, like these people are really for me.
There are hundreds of students at the University of Texas who are hearing the gospel, many of which for the very first time on a week-to-week basis, every Wednesday night at UT. And that is in large part due to the influence of leaders at Northpoint who poured into me and cared enough about me to make sure that I didn't stay where I was.
Being a student that has been on the other side of adults taking that step, being across from small group leaders that were my own or other small group leaders, in the environment, they have had a significant impact on my life and the conversations that I've had to lead me to be, in this position that I am in to this day because someone decided to take just a step of faith.
The hardest things that I have walked through outside of high school, just since then over the last 3.5 years, I think about there were always fundamental truths that I feel like I was able to anchor myself with. And I feel like it always led me back. And when I think about where those voices come from, I do think that it's a collection of just the groups I've been in, the environments that I've been in since I was a kid.
Just know you're gonna make an impact. You're gonna have a significant impact, whether you're in Womberland and you don't feel like they're comprehending the words that you're saying, or you're a freshman small group leader and you still don't feel like they're comprehending the words that you're saying. And anywhere in between, you're gonna make an impact.